The Arabian Peninsula in the 6th century was a land of diverse cultures and religions. Nomadic tribes traversed vast deserts, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature. In scattered oases, settled communities flourished, cultivating date palms and engaging in trade. This was a world on the cusp of great change, a crossroads of empires and faiths. The Byzantine and Sasanian empires, locked in perpetual conflict, cast long shadows over the region. Within this volatile mix, a new force was emerging, Islam. The Arabian Peninsula was not a stranger to Christianity. The new faith had penetrated the region in the early centuries after Christ, carried by merchants and missionaries. Christian communities, some with Jewish roots, thrived in cities like Najran, located in what is today southern Saudi Arabia. These communities developed their own unique traditions, blending local customs with the tenets of their faith. They built churches, established monasteries, and engaged in theological debates with their neighbors. The story of the Martyrs of Najran unfolds against this backdrop of religious and political ferment. Nestled within the harsh Arabian landscape, Najran stood as a testament to the resilience of faith. This ancient city, strategically located on trade routes, was a flourishing center of commerce and culture. For centuries, Najran had been home to a sizable Christian community renowned for its piety and prosperity. The Najran Christians adhered to the teachings of the Syriac Orthodox Church, with its distinctive liturgy and traditions. Their faith was deeply woven into the fabric of their lives, shaping their worldview and social interactions. The people of Najran were known for their exquisite craftsmanship, particularly in metalwork and textiles. Their caravans carried these goods along with incense and spices across the deserts, connecting them to the wider world. Najran's prosperity was not solely material. The city boasted renowned scholars and theologians who engaged in lively debates with Jewish and pagan neighbors. Their interpretations of scripture and theological treatises spread far and wide, contributing to the intellectual ferment of the age. The Najran Christians, however, were not isolated in their faith. They maintained close ties with co-religionists in other parts of Arabia, as well as in Syria and the Byzantine Empire. These connections would prove crucial in the events to come.
At the heart of the Christian community in Najran stood Arethas, a man revered for his piety and wisdom. Ordained a bishop, Arethas shepherded his flock with unwavering faith and compassion. He was known for his eloquent sermons, his tireless efforts to aid the poor and sick, and his resolute defense of the Christian faith.
Under his leadership, the community of Najran flourished, its churches filled with worshippers and its streets echoing with hymns of praise. Arethas was not merely a spiritual leader, he was also a skilled diplomat and negotiator. He understood the delicate balance of power in the region and the importance of maintaining good relations with neighboring rulers. He navigated the complex political landscape with prudence and foresight, ensuring the safety and prosperity of his flock. His wisdom and diplomatic skills, however, would be put to the ultimate test as a new power arose in the south, a power hostile to Christianity. South of Najran, in the rugged highlands of Yemen, a new kingdom was flexing its muscles: Himyar. The Himyarites, skilled warriors and shrewd traders, had gradually expanded their dominion, conquering neighboring tribes and consolidating their hold on lucrative trade routes. Ambitious Himyarite rulers sought to control the flow of incense, spices, and other precious commodities that passed through their territories, enriching their coffers and fueling their ambitions. As the Himyarite kingdom grew in power and prestige, it inevitably clashed with its neighbors, including the Christian kingdom of Aksum, located across the Red Sea in present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. The rivalry between Himyar and Aksum was multifaceted. Both kingdoms vied for control of trade routes, seeking to dominate the lucrative commerce that flowed between the Roman Empire and the East. Religious differences added another layer of complexity to the rivalry. The Aksumites had embraced Christianity in the 4th century, becoming a powerful patron of the faith in the region. The Himyarite elite, on the other hand, adhered to a mix of pagan beliefs, with Judaism gaining increasing influence. This religious divide would have profound consequences for the Christians of Najran. In the early 6th century, a charismatic and ruthless leader ascended to the Himyarite throne, Yusuf Asar Yathar, more commonly known as Dunas. Little is known about his early life, but sources describe him as a skilled warrior and a cunning strategist. Dunas harbored grand ambitions for Himyar, envisioning a kingdom that would dominate southern Arabia and control the lucrative trade routes that crisscrossed the region. To achieve his goals, he knew he had to break the power of Aksum and secure Himyar's northern borders.
Dunas's embrace of Judaism added a new dimension to the conflict with Aksum. While the exact reasons for his conversion remain debated, it's clear that his new faith deeply influenced his policies and actions. Some scholars argue that Dunas saw Judaism as a way to unite the diverse peoples under his rule, creating a shared identity distinct from both Christianity and paganism. Others suggest that he was drawn to the monotheistic faith of the Hebrew Bible, seeing parallels between the ancient Israelites and his own ambitions for Himyar.
Whatever his motivations, Dunas's conversion had profound consequences for the Christians of Najran. He viewed them with suspicion, seeing them as potential allies of his Aksumite enemies and a threat to his vision of a united Himyar under Jewish rule.